share of center, the Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineup scrolling in the bottom right corner of your screen. Northern Illinois taking on the Hawaii Rainbow Wahine. Huskies coming in 5-1 on the season. Hawaii with the win last night over Utah Valley, now 4-3. And they've won 3 of their last 4 matches. Here's McKenna Granado getting a good swing into it. Dug up tight to the net. Casey Castillo able to so gently place it down. And we're off and running here on night 2 of the Outrigger Resorts Volleyball Challenge.
And Casey Castillo coming in, another start for her. Last night showed you going with Burns, but changing again the lineup this evening.
As well as Noreen Iosia, the starting setter. And she is serving the jump serve. Well passed by Mary Grace Kelly. Step out goes to Lauren Zielinski, saved by Iosia. Here's Nikki Taylor. Caught a little fat over the double block. Now on the outside, it's Taylor Krogge getting it down for a Northern Illinois point. Noreen Iosia, who had started 4 straight matches prior to last night, gave way to Taylor Higgins, the senior setter. But again, it is Iosia tonight. Iosia came in along with Casey Castillo in set 3 last night. They really provided a spark of energy for this Hawaii team in closing out that sweep.
They really did. Taking that last game, just the chemistry was a little bit different.
And starting off where they left off, is Castillo able to put it down for the Hawaii point.
You can see Hawaii trying to establish their middle attack early. That's Casey Castillo's 2nd attempt. First kill.
Kirsten Sibley, the freshman, now in for Hawaii, and an ace dealt out of the deck by McKenna Granado. That is her 3rd ace of 2016.
McKenna Granado has really been very efficient from the back line. Last night she had 16 service attempts. The jump float, this is a great rotation for the Wahine.
Good performance by Granado as well. 11 kills and 24 attacks, hit .333 here with the dig. So Hawaii in transition. It's once again Casey Castillo in the middle. The Iosia to Castillo connection strikes again.
And one of the things that Hawaii trying to do is establish the middle early, and all of a sudden you'll have the middle blockers on the opposing team committing, which will open up the outside hitters.
How about 3 quick kills already on 4 swings for Casey Castillo, and McKenna Granado narrowly. No, in fact, it will be overruled. Initially ruled by the line judge as out, overruled by Dixon Chun, the referee 1. So it is, in fact, an ace. It looked awfully close to that sideline, and Granado benefiting from the overruled call. So 5 serving 1 here. Good start for Hawaii, but maybe a little athletic justice, depending on how you look at it, as the ace is followed up by the service error.
That's right. And remember, the challenge rule is being instituted in this matchup tonight. So there are 3 challenges that you can challenge specific calls.
Dixon Chun, the referee 1. Upstairs, Denise Hansen down on the floor. Dean Tamura, Kevin Chun, the 2 line judges. Pipe set went to Granado, wasn't quite ready for it, so chance here now for the Huskies. And it's Zielinski off of 1 leg block. She'll get a second crack at it, goes off the block and out. How about the unorthodox approach by Lauren Zielinski in that opposite position off of 1 leg?
Yeah, 2 times she did that approach. The 6'4" middle blocker hitting from the right side. She's a first-team All-League last year for the Mid-American Conference.
And that serve is wide of the floor, so Hawaii getting the free point.
One of the things you're going to notice in the stands here, I don't know if you hear it, but when the opposing team is serving, the stand is now starting to yell, whoa! You're going to hear that all night tonight.
Savannah Kahakai to serve. The crowd quiets, of course, for the Hawaii serves. Quick middle set. That's dug up by Kahakai. A firm strike, though, by Meg Wolowitz results in a kill. Wolowitz having some kind of sophomore campaign through 6 matches. Was the MAC Defensive Player of the Week in the opening weekend. Leads the team in blocks and also averaging 2.14 kills per set.
She's actually 20th nationally in blocks as well.
Here's Sam Bover. Now, this is a 6-2 offensive scheme for the Huskies, so Bover, the freshman, is the other setter. But how about the rip by Nikki Taylor? That was an absolute smackdown.
That was a definite kaboom, one-on-one isolation, a perfect set for Nikki Taylor, just driving that ball down hard.
So first kill for Nikki, coming off of a 12-kill performance versus Utah Valley last night. And with the serve, just narrowly misses the sideline there. So a point for Northern Illinois. They're within 2.
And Nikki Taylor struggling last night with her serve as well. 4 service errors. I'd like to see her get that thing going because it is really a wicked serve.
Mary Grace Kelly, 6-foot senior from Strongsville, Ohio, with the serve and putting the strong in Strongsville, sending that one a little long.
Strongsville, I wanted to look that one up on the map today. Some interesting towns.
Northern Illinois, located in DeKalb, Illinois, about 60 miles west of Chicago. The defending Mid-American Conference regular season champs. As Gianna Granasso sends it across for Hawaii. Left side set, that's Taylor Croggy, blocked back, kept alive. Croggy a second swing at it, blocked back again. Now it goes back row to Kelly, dug up, rattled around, but Hawaii unable to return it. And a point for the Huskies, well earned.
And they had every opportunity to return that. There you saw Emily Maglio have to hit the floor when in reality the backcourt player should have taken that ball.
So here's the libero, Anna Brereton, to serve. 5'5" junior, floats it deep. May have been an out ball played by Kahakai. So Taylor bump sets Granato tight to the net. And she hit it wide of the antenna. 7 serving 8. The Huskies right there within a point.
And an unforced error there. Nikki Taylor trying to make a perfect set when in reality she just had to pop it up.
The Huskies again 5-1. It's their best start to a season since 2010. That year they started 11-0. But they are going into a weekend where they're going to face not one but 2 top 15 teams. Number 14 Hawaii. And then tomorrow they're going to double dip 2 matches. The second one against 6th-ranked Washington. Another Huskies team in the house. Castillo taking care of the overpass there. And Hawaii now up 3.
And that all made possible by the short serve by Emily Maglio, forcing an overpass. Casey Castillo on that, just swinging away. She's off to a fantastic start.
Mags with the serve, floats it over. Middle set pounded home by Jenna Radke. Hitting .416 on the season. And there's a little example as to why.
Well, she's extremely physical. Jenna Radke, the 6'2". She's a senior. She's second on her team in kills, but that was an incredible set.
The reigning Mid-American Conference Offensive Player of the Week. So here's the starting setter, Chandler Kinley, with the serve. Slide goes to Castillo. Great pancake saved by Brereton, but Huskies unable to return it, so another kill for Castillo. That's now 5 kills on 6 swings, error-free.
Well, she had 6 kills against UCLA last weekend and had a nice net in the whole match. This is one, we're not even through game 1 yet.
How about this? She had 4 kills all of 2015.
Things are looking good.
Taylor Croggy, though, sends that one long for the Huskies, and Hawaii has opened up a 4-point advantage.
Hawaii serving very tough right now.
Marine Eosia. All-tournament selection for the Hawaiian Airlines Classic last week. With the serve, pass is a good one. Step out goes to Zielinski, dug up by Kahakai. Backside set to Taylor. The block hadn't formed, and she gobbled it up.
Nikki Taylor with her second kill on the evening. One of the strengths of Noreen Eosia is her serving. She's 7th right now in the NCAA with service aces.
Quick middle set. Castillo got a piece. Kahakai got the second touch, and Granato hammers it to the floor. Hawaii continues to expand its largest lead of this opening set. It's 14 serving 8 after a 4-0 rainbow run.
McKenna Granato playing very well again, starting out a little slow last night, but ended up with 11 kills, hitting at .333.
Tried to curl that one in, but it misses the end line. Point for the Huskies.
Joji wondering if he should challenge that. Not totally sure if that truly was out.
He decides not to pull out the green card. Taylor Croggy now with the serve. Eosia goes quick middle to Castillo, blocked back. And it'll be a roof, so Casey Castillo, first hitting error of this opening set for her. But you got to love the attention the middle is getting from Noreen Eosia here so far tonight.
She's really feeding that middle, and that's all possible by that first pass. That first pass is on target, and it's allowing her to run her offense with 3 options.
Crowd making some noise. But it doesn't matter. It's an ace served up by Croggy. And a 3-0 run here by the Huskies. Now you talk about the volume of the fans, and Stan Sheriff Center crowds have traditionally been very gracious and very kind, appreciating overall good volleyball, applauding great plays on both sides of the net. Maybe it's about time to create a little bit more of a home court advantage.
I think that's exactly what's happening. They're trying to create some more interaction.
How about the interaction on the block between Casey Castillo and McKenna Granado? Denying access. Hawaii hits 15 first in set 1. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. Lisa.
Well, for the Huskies, they need aggressive serving, and they're going for it. They're trying to get Hawaii out of system. Just the basics for Hawaii. They've got to pass. And so far this evening, they've been passing very well, minus the last shank pass by Kahakai, but they're bettering that up. That proves and shows it with their setting to the middle with Casey Castillo. She's had 7 attempts so far.
Yeah, 5 kills, hitting 571. Hawaii as a team hitting 400 versus 214 in this opening set for Northern Illinois. Granado out of the timeout with the serve. Outside set goes to Kelly, dug up by Kahakai. Jump set, Sibley blocked, kept up live by Castillo. Sibley will dink it over. Pancake save, Anna Brereton. Kelly from the outside, blocked, kept alive by the Huskies, and it'll be two-handed over. Nikki Taylor has to bump up the second touch, and now a free chance for Northern Illinois. Middle set is dug up by Kahakai. Here's Taylor on the opposite side, off the block, and then the solo deal by Casey Castillo against Lauren Zielinski. Wow, how about that sequence?
What a great blocking rally. Some unbelievable defense by both teams, but check out the block by Castillo there, just low and tight to the net.
Timeout taken by Northern Illinois head coach Ray Gooden. Look back.
Rainbow Wahine Volleyball on OC Sports is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii, Kaiser Permanente, and Island Air.
Welcome back. Quick timeout following the timeout that is granted automatically. First team to 15 by Ray Gooden. What do you think of that, Lisa?
I thought it was sudden. It was obvious that he had a point to make with his team. He wanted to slow things down and make a plan. Pretty obvious they were struggling a little bit in that last long rally.
Mary Grace Kelly, though, perhaps satisfying what Ray Gooden wanted to see out of the timeout as she goes off the block and run. Ray Gooden in his 15th season atop the Northern Illinois program. Served by Jenna Radke, past Kahakai, back set Taylor. The double block is up, but it did not matter. She pounds it home.
It did not matter is right. It was almost like there was no block up. She went up and over that block attempt. Nikki Taylor on her 3rd kill in 6 attempts.
Averaging 6 kills per set. Tops on the team. Just gaudy, gaudy numbers. Step out, that's Zielinski. Zielinski likes going off of that one leg, that's for sure. 6'4", 5th-year senior from Oak Forest, Illinois.
Doing a nice job for her team. She redshirted her freshman year there.
Yeah, so she's a little older. In fact, will turn 23 in 8 days. 13 serving 17. You'll see a backside Taylor. Oh, the dink was sniffed out by Wolowitz. Outside, it's Kelly. And she goes off the block and down. And Dave Shoji up off the bench. Palms pointed upward at Nikki Taylor saying, how come you didn't try to detonate that one?
He said, you only had one up. Meaning one blocker. Come on. She obviously didn't see that.
Maglio in the middle. That's the first set she's received so far in this match. Kelly, diving save Kahakai. Played off the net by Iosia, swung over by Taylor. And then on the second touch, Wolowitz with the swing. Hawaii keeps it going. Taylor partially blocked. So now Kelly from the outside position. Saved again by Kahakai. Scramble plays on both sides of the net. This is Brianna Horwath. The southpaw dink pulls the string. Point Huskies. And they're within 2 thanks to a 3-0 burst.
Well, the lefty coming up, bettering the ball. Being that she's a lefty, it had passed her natural arm swing, and she just tips it over for the kill.
So timeout taken by Dave Shoji. Doesn't like the trend here that has transpired with Northern Illinois getting back into this contest. Trailing now by just 2.
Well, truthfully, they just need a good pass. I'd like to see with Maglio in the front row right now, if they can pass, then they can feed her the ball and, again, get back to the attack in the middle.
Let's take a look at the series record sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. A lot of research went into this one. This is the first ever meeting between these two programs. In fact, the first ever trip out to the islands for Northern Illinois. Although an interesting side note, the three main members of the coaching staff, head coach Ray Gooden, assistant coach Lynette Summons, and the other assistant Matt Sprague, they all have either played or coached here in this building. Gooden used to be on the staff at Loyola. They came out here a bunch of years ago. Lynette Summons played for Georgia Tech. They came out to the Stan Sheriff Center during one of the NCAA tournaments. And Matt Sprague played at Ball State, so he came out to play the UH men's program. So there is a tie there, and there is some experience there, just not for the Northern Illinois program as a whole.
And you know what? They're so happy to be here. They're decked out in their Aloha shirts. Coach was warming up with his players. We couldn't even go talk with him because he was so happy to be at the Stan Sheriff.
So again, DeKalb, Illinois, about 60 miles west of Chicago. So they busted to Chicago, jumped on a plane, went nonstop here to Honolulu yesterday. Players got some sleep on the flight, hopefully, because they did the luau thing last night. They went to the beach this morning. They play tonight and then double dip with a couple of matches tomorrow. Here's Taylor out of the timeout. That'll make Dave Shoji happy.
Yeah, she swung away on that one. Taylor with her 4th kill in 9 attempts.
In fact, how about this? Talking about Northern Illinois, their schedule here, very unique one for this Outrigger Resorts Volleyball Challenge. If you go according to the Central Time Zone, this match, which was a 7 p.m. start time, obviously midnight there, as Maglio handles the overpass. That means that Northern Illinois, according to the Central Time Zone, will play all 3 of their matches this weekend on Saturday.
It's a crazy, crazy schedule. Not only that, they just played in North Dakota. They had to take a bus ride for 9.5 hours, and from here they go to Washington, D.C.
The ace by Nikki Taylor.
Well, that's the serve that she has been noted for years. She's got a wicked jump serve, and when it gets going, it's very scary.
So now a timeout taken by Ray Gooden once again to talk things over. Nikki Taylor, she can score from that service line.
And taking the timeout may slow her down. It'll be very interesting to see when she comes back out of the timeout if she takes a little something off to keep the ball in play.
Was second on the team coming into tonight with 10 aces. Remember, she missed the first 3 matches with an injured left elbow. She now has 11 aces on the year, hitting .290. And again, those 6 kills per set. Nikki Taylor, the second-team All-American, finally getting back into the swing of things here. She was very happy, certainly, in weekend number 2 to be back out there with her teammates, and she represents the first half of that cavalry.
And she was the Big West Player of the Week as well, her 8th honor. You got to know, not only she was happy, but all of her teammates were happy and their coaching staff as well.
Let's throw the fans in there as well. Let's take a look at tonight's Jack Fact. 2x2. Dave's Arc, we'll call it. Week 1, you had a pair of Wildcat programs, Kansas State and Arizona. Week 2, you had a pair of Bruins, Missouri State and UCLA, Bears if you want to be, specific about it. And Huskies, Northern Illinois and Washington. So, 2x2, they come.
That's a great stat. The Huskies, the Bears, love it.
And there is a look at Washington. Head coach Keegan Cook in his 2nd year.
Scouting out for tomorrow's matches.
All he did in his first year as head coach last year was lead them to 31 wins and a co-Pac-12 championship. So the UW Huskies are raring to go. Triple block was up for Hawaii. They weren't able to put a stop to that swing by Meg Wolowitz.
Wolowitz, a 6'4" sophomore, hits a heavy ball. She leads her team in blocks.
And now we see Malia Gable enter into the match. 5'6" senior from Pinckney, Michigan, although she's originally from Hawaii. In fact, lived here for about 6 years. Her mom, Paige, is Hawaiian. And in her youth, actually trained during her summers with former Olympian and AVP Tour great Kevin Wong. And she comes out with the tough serve.
Well, welcome home, right? That's a great serve from Malia. I'm sure as a young girl, she probably dreamt of playing here in the Stan Sheriff. What young girl does not dream of coming and playing here, or playing for the Wahine.
Slide goes to Maglio. She had to travel a long way. Dug up by Brereton. On the outside, it's Croggy taking care of business. And again, the Huskies, every time Hawaii seems to have created some breathing room, the Huskies start crowding things up again.
They just won't go away. Croggy with her second kill tonight.
So here's the serve by Gable. Pass by Granado. Iosia picks and chooses. Goes out to Sibley. Roofed. Meg Wolowitz getting the gist of that one. A team-high 25 blocks coming in. And a timeout taken by Dave Shoji as the Huskies. At times it looked like the Rainbow Wahine were starting to kick it into overdrive, but the Huskies have made a set of this one.
Well, that's a really, really big block. Sibley has to hit higher and off the hands, not right into the block. They got into a little bit of that trouble last night. Nikki Taylor hitting low into the block. Again, trying to identify early the set and your blocking in front of you.
Reminder, Mondays at 7 p.m. But seriously, with Inside Access, we got a whole gang of guys trying to break down UH sports as well as sports from abroad. Myself, Rob DeMello, Bobby Curran on the But Seriously set in the cave. And then, of course, the Inside Access crew, Robert Kekala, Nate Ilawa, Rich Miano, and Steven Sile. Check it out Monday on OC Sports at 7 p.m. Let's check in with Ryan Kalei-Suji. Ryan.
Hey, thanks, Kono. Very animated sideline here for Northern Illinois. They're running the interesting timeout, unlike anything we've really seen at Stan Sheriff Center. Head coach Gooden actually stays off to the side and pulls players aside one at a time. He doesn't actually speak to the entire team at all. The team talks to themselves during the timeout, and they huddle together, and the coach handpicks which players he wants to talk to. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Well, he is animated on that sideline, a four-time Mid-American Conference Coach of the Year, and he has brought his team to within one, and they have matched Hawaii's offensive percentage, 296 hitting percentage for both sides. They're even in blocks as well, Lisa.
And, you know, they're out-digging Hawaii right now as well. They've definitely led a little comeback charge, and the momentum is on their side of the net.
So Malia Gable will serve, 19 serving 20. The pass by Kahakai. Pipe set goes to Taylor, unable to put it down. The save by Brereton. Wolowitz in the middle, dug up by Kahakai. So the two-hand set from Taylor goes to Sibley. Kept alive by Gable. Froggy couldn't get a big swing on it, so here's Taylor on the D set. And she detonates.
And Noreen Iosio knowing exactly where Nikki Taylor was on that play. It's a beautiful set right to the hitting shoulder of Nikki Taylor, and she annihilates that ball. Things got really quiet here, a little cushion.
Yeah, there was a little discussion there between Denise Hansen and Ray Gooden, head coach for Northern Illinois. Nikki Taylor, by the way, now with 5 kills on 12 swings. She is still error-free, hitting .417. Claire Marie Anderson now out there for Hawaii to serve. Forces a tough pass, and a free ball coming here for Hawaii. Taylor the first touch. Iosia goes high and away. Granado is roofed solo style by Brianna Horwell.
The 6'1 senior, a solo block there on the right front. I think Granado really thought she had one-on-one and was going to swing away and have her way with that.
And Dave Shoji erupting off the bench, making a change. Calais Greeley comes in for Claire Marie Anderson, and it is 20 serving 21.
I think that sub was more to slow the momentum down.
Tough serve. Granado the pass from her knees. Iosia tried to go slide to Maglio. Chance now for the Huskies. This is Horwath. Diving save in the back row by Kahakai. D-set to Taylor. Caught it fat. Hits it wide. We are knotted at 21. And how about these Huskies?
Well, they're taking care of business on their side of the net. Hawaii's priority right now is to pass first. They need a good pass.
Anna Brereton to serve. 4 aces on the year. Pass by Kahakai. Middle set. Maglio trying to restore some order here in set 1.
And that all happened by the good pass. Kahakai passing very well, allowing EOC to set Maglio.
By the way, 7 digs already in this opening set for Savannah Kahakai. 22 serving 21. Deep serve by Maglio. Chasing down the second touch is Bover. Little joust at the net. Eosia pops it up. Nobody has her back.
And you could actually hear Shoji from the sidelines screaming Nikki's name. That's a momentum breaker, but you know what? You got to let that one go and refocus on the next play.
Fell right between McKenna Granado and Nikki Taylor. So again, we are tied for the 3rd time here in the first set. 22 serving 22. Eosia high and away. Granado against the double block. And she gets that deep corner to go.
That's a clutch swing by Granado and a beautiful set, just far enough off. So she sees the court very well if you just give her enough room.
So here is Noreen Eosia now to serve. Set goes left side. That's Kroggy. Hits it wide. Was there a touch? No touch. Point for Hawaii, but Ray Gooden, he's going to pull out the green card. He wants to challenge the non-touch call on that play.
And it was interesting hearing the referees explain to him how this challenge matchup worked, and he was saying, well, we haven't played in this system. This is new to me, so it's nice to see him taking the opportunity to challenge the call.
There's the swing by Kroggy. What do you think, Lisa?
I'd like to see a different angle.
If it touched anybody, it is Castillo on the inside of that block.
Exactly. And I don't see a deflection off of it, so it's hard to tell. Maybe on this one right here, we'll see it. We'd have to ask Casey.
Kind of like that public service announcement commercial, right? Like, ref, I was the last to touch it out of bounds.
Yeah.
And they will say there was a touch.
Wow.
So the challenge works for Ray Gooden. They reverse the call. 23 serving 23.
That's a huge point.
It would have been Aloha ball for set 1 had that not been reversed. Now we're tied.
Now it's a game to 2, or maybe more, depending upon.
So here is Taylor Kroggy, 6 aces on the year to serve. Tied at 23 in set 1. Pass by Granado is a good one. Eosia outside to Taylor. Dropping the bomb.
Well, you know, it was almost obvious they were going to go to her, but not completely, because Casey Castillo held the middle for a very short period there, driving the one.
6th kill of this opening set for Nikki Taylor, and McKenna Granado will serve for the set. Aloha ball for Hawaii. A good serve. And it's touched over. Eosia backside to Taylor. Blocked and loose. And Dave Shoji up off the bench. He thought there should have been a lift call on the second contact on Northern Illinois' side. Instead, we're going to be playing a little extra time here in the first set.
And definitely very frustrating to see that, but you're not going to change the call once it's called.
The serve by Jenna Radke. Here's Taylor on the opposite side. Goes up over the block and in. Point for Hawaii. And as the crowd continues to turn up the decibel level, the Rainbow Wahine will take another stab at Aloha ball here in the first set.
Now that was a last-minute sub if I ever saw one. Coach Shoji yelling and screaming at the lower ref, Denise Hansen, sub, 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 and snuck Kale Greeley in there.
Middle set, Wallowitz dug up by Kahakai. Here's Taylor. And maybe it was a little bit more difficult than the Rainbow Wahine first anticipated, but they're able to pull it out in set 1, 26-24. And they do it with the Nikki Taylor exclamation pounding.
Rainbow Wahine Volleyball on OC Sports is sponsored by Strong and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Welcome back. Well, it was the mighty Casey Castillo in the middle, setting the tone early on in that first set, Lisa.
Casey Castillo doing a fabulous job. 5 kills, 1 error, but you gotta love her aggressiveness at the net. She came out swinging, she came out blocking, and really playing good, strong front court volleyball.
5 kills, hitting .571 for Castillo. Then Nikki Taylor down the stretch was able to take care of business. 8 kills, hitting .353 in that first stanza.
She really put on the afterburners, and Iosia knew it. She knew who to go to in the clutch time. That game, she was key. Nikki with 8 kills out of 17 attempts. Having a good evening so far.
Throw in a service ace as well for Taylor. There you see the numbers for Casey Castillo. What did you think of the energy level from Hawaii in that first set?
Well, I loved it. They established the middle early. I think they got a little complacent towards the middle of the match and allowed the Huskies back in that match. It'll be interesting to see if they can start fast and finish strong or play more evenly throughout the match.
I'll tell you what, Dave Shoji's energy level, it's up there here tonight as Iosia serves it into the net to start set number 2.
It is, and you know, Dave Shoji has not been feeling very well, so it's interesting. His throat has been bothering him a little bit. He can't talk very well, but he is just as passionate.
Sure. In his 42nd season, still leaping out of the chair to make subs and to argue calls. I mean, he's doing as much coaching as he ever has. Here's Granado block, kept alive by Kahakai. Iosia goes high and away. Taylor against the double block. It doesn't matter.
Nikki Taylor does a nice job on this left side. She really attacks the ball hard, and she normally is hitting from the right side, but in this one rotation, she hits from the left, and I think she really enjoys it.
One of those players, you can set her pretty much anywhere on the floor.
This is true.
One serving one. Granado, good serve. Chased down on the second touch by Kinley and return. Good effort by the setter. Backside, Taylor.
From left to right to D to the service line, you're right. From anywhere.
And that's already 10 kills for Nikki Taylor, hitting .421.
A little bit of an upset. Purdue beating Stanford in 5 tonight. Stanford ranked number 9, Purdue at 20.
And interesting, some of the early season losses we are seeing by highly ranked teams, Hawaii included, although the Rainbow Wahine certainly facing circumstances out of their control in terms of injuries. But yeah, that's been a theme. USC starting out with several losses here in 2016.
Yeah, and Wisconsin, who was just here, ranked number 2. It's amazing. The ladder goes up and down.
There's Castillo in the middle, blocked back. Iosia goes backside. Taylor. Oh, the block just got there. Meg Wolowitz again.
And Mary Grace Kelly celebrating. They're trying to get the energy back on their side of the court. They know the ball's going to Nikki Taylor. It's just a matter of whether they can stop her.
Yeah, Mary Grace Kelly getting the better of that one. So 3 serving 2 outside. Here's Sibley. Misses the end line. Point for the Huskies. They're up 4-2. Hawaii efforting here a little bit the onset of set 2. But Northern Illinois, this is a team with NCAA tournament aspirations for sure. Jenna Radke walks it up and then sends it long. Now, we were talking about a team, as we mentioned, the MAC regular season champs. It was their second ever MAC league title, but they didn't go to the NCAA tournament because the Mid-American Conference has a postseason tournament to decide the automatic bid. They lost to Ohio in the championship. They're overcoming the loss of several key players as Wolowitz is emerging as a key player for them. Puts it down in the middle, but they lost the MAC Setter of the Year in Alexis Pookie Gonzalez. And then Tiara Austin, who was the overall MAC Player of the Year, transferred out with eligibility remaining, transferred to South Florida. So they are patching up some of those vacancies. But they are off to a 5-1 start this year and playing tough here in set 2. Maglio, roof, Wolowitz again.
Well, they weren't fooled on that at all. She had 2 blockers up on her, and they were camping out on Maglio. It was a great swing by her, but she was basically in the closet on that one.
4th block for Meg Wolowitz. And an ace is delivered by Sam Bover. Largest lead of this second set for Northern Illinois. They are up 4.
And And Sam Bover, only a freshman, coming in as a starting setter in this 6-2 situation. The coach says he's got a lot of faith in her. He feels like she could be the future of their program.
That one tickles the tape. Backset goes to Taylor. 2 blockers up. Saved by Bover. And then the roof by Emily Maglio to clean up the spill as she's able to deny access to Brianna Horwath.
And you know, there's nothing like that one-on-one solo block. When you get up there and they hit it, as hard as they hit it is as hard as it comes back.
Maglio, the team leader in blocks coming in, had 29 on the season. 4 serving 7. Good serve, and Mags takes care of the rest. Nikki Taylor with that blazing serve, forcing the overpass.
And Mag's doing a great job. Very smart. She could have taken a swing at that, but instead she chose the smart, just block it down into the open area and stayed out of the net on top of that.
Outside set, this is Kelly. Diving save high. Great up by Savannah. And she free balls it over. Backside, this is Horwath, blocked back. Covered by Brereton. Horwath a second time, splits the block, and this time gets it down.
Horwath, the lefty, doing a nice job. Interesting enough to see Calais Greeley back in the front court on that side, trying to go for more experience, taking Kristen Sibley out.
Interesting. Hawaii hadn't seen a lefty opposite yet this season, but here this weekend they'll see one on each team that they'll play in this tournament. Maglio at the net, unable to put that one down. A shoe coming off on the Northern Illinois side. Saved there by Taylor. Outside, here's Greeley taking a rare swing. Dug up by Brereton. Pipe set from the back row. That's Kelly. Finds the floor. And now Ray Gooden trying to find the foot that lost the shoe. That was Brianna Horwath.
Like the glass slipper doesn't fit, holding it up on the sideline. She had to kick it out of her way during that play to make sure, hoping probably that she wouldn't be set shoeless.
So she straps it back up. And it is 9 serving 5, and you can just feel the confidence radiating from this Huskies team. Pipe set. Granato blocked back. Wow, that block up front for the Huskies. Imposing. Taylor able to get it by the double block, but it's saved by Brereton. And then a mishandle on the second touch by Sam Bover.
And Ray Gooden did not like that call. He could not believe it. He's saying, really?
There's no spin on that ball. Jump slow.
Gianna Guinasso now comes in for Calais Greeley. Guinasso will serve.
That's one call you can't challenge the set. You can't put up the green card and say that wasn't a throw.
There's Horwath from off the net. Put some good velocity on it. Dug up back over by Taylor. They go to Horwath a second time. This time goes down the line. Missed it long. Point Hawaii, and Ray Gooden, you know he's contemplating whether or not to challenge that goal. He is checking with Denise Hansen how many challenges he has left. She says, you have 2. He says, all right, I'm using one. And he wants to challenge. You have to be specific about it. He wants to challenge the in-out call on that Horwath swing. There are 4 elements, basically, that you can challenge, and that is in-out, that is touch or no touch, it is a foot foul or a net violation.
Right, and again, it's new to him, and that's what his first question to Denise Hansen was, how many do I get? He wasn't totally sure. Is it for the game or is it for the whole entire match? And it's actually for the match. 3.
Hard to read from that angle. Maybe this one will tell us a little more. Line judge right there with the out signal.
I'm convinced this game is going to evolutionize, and they're going to have little laser beams, and you're actually going to be able to see it soon.
I was watching some tennis today, and they get through those reviews very quickly, right? I mean, they have the digital computer review system, and so it's like a few seconds go by, and we're playing tennis again Hopefully we get there technologically speaking. It's hard at the collegiate game, though. So many programs, so many venues, and that call does stand. So no reversal there. And I think, at least from the replays we had, there certainly wasn't enough evidence to overturn the call. 7 serving 9. Wallowitz in the middle, mistimed on that set a little bit. Now Maglio blocks. She keeps it alive. Gets the set back, and that was just a whatever kind touch over by Mags.
That was a patty cake. Patty cake, patty cake. You know, yours, mine, yours. Mini ball. Small ball volleyball.
Yeah, that looked like pool volleyball right there. Outside, this is Kroggy, dug up back over the net by Granasso. Nicely done. And then an overpass that Emily Maglio takes care of.
And again, no real need to kabang that ball, which she very easily could have done. She's just playing smart volleyball, and she's blocking it over into the free areas.
So we're tied here for the 3rd time in set 2. Hawaii coming back. Trailed by as many as 4. And now they vault ahead because Mags in the middle.
And it's nice to see the block getting going. Hawaii with their 4th block on the evening. Just a little reminder, last night they had 3 blocks total. That's 1 block per game.
She has been something special at the net. Blocked again by Maglio. Horwath a 2nd time, this time through the block, but right there is Kahakai. Bump set, Granato off the high hands, kept alive by Kelly. Middle set, Wallowitz off the block and down. Great scramble play by the Huskies.
Wallowitz using the hands of Iosia, knowing that she had 2 blocks on her, but this dig by Kahakai is amazing. She's sitting right in the seam. That's a very difficult dig.
10 digs, make that 11 in fact for Savannah Kahakai. She has reached double figures in digs every match this year except for 1. That was against Pacific, unable to come up with the first touch there. As the libero Anna Brereton was able to tickle that net just so perfectly.
That ball just dropped out by touching the top of the net.
So now the Huskies vault in front. 11 serving 10. Out serve though, we're tied again.
Well, they're definitely going for their serves, trying to put pressure on the Wahine, and there's pass received. So they're really serving a little bit more tough in more specific areas.
So Maglio will serve, sends it deep. Kelly backtracking with the pass. Outside set goes to Kroggy. Forget about it. Noreen Iosia next to Casey Castillo.
I'd have to say that the block has returned. It's definitely there in system. Casey Castillo getting out low and tight. Very impressive.
So important for this team. I mean, they lived off of the blocks last year between Emily Maglio and Olivia McGill. No McGill anymore. And so it's up to the likes of Casey Castillo and Natasha Burns to step up in the absence of McGill. Good dink play there.
And that's one of the things when a team starts blocking a lot of balls, the opposing team will tend to go to tipping more often or tooling more often.
Bradke getting her 2nd kill on that dink. So tied at 12. Granato, oh, she jumped on springs that time.
Granato, smooth as silk that time, just fluent to the ball. Here you see an aggressive approach, and she goes down the line over the hands.
Iosia the serve. And that pass almost touched the scoreboard. Outside it goes to Kroggy off the block, kept alive by Greeley. Outside set, Granato up the ladder and down the chute. And Mary Grace Kelly took some chin music.
And that is actually called a 6-pack, if you will, when you take a ball like that kind of unexpectedly. And there was a thud on that play.
And let's give it the Fujitsu Air Conditioning cool play of the match. Getting high and tight. That hit by Granato on Mary Grace Kelly. Returning now to live action, Nikki Taylor continuing to do what she does. As she goes off the block and out. She now has 11 kills. Hawaii first to 15, timeout on the floor. Welcome back. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Heineken. 438. That's UH's team hitting percentage last night versus Utah Valley. Their best since 2013 when they went 4-5-1 against Northwestern last night with Taylor Higgins and Noreen Iosia. each at the helm at the setter position at different times. Hawaii with 4 players in double digits. It was the first time they had that many players in double-digit kills since they had 5 players hit double digits in kills against TCU in the opening round of the NCAA tournament last year. That was a 5-set match, by the way. Nikki Taylor getting up close and personal with us on that hard angle kill. And another quick timeout following the official timeout by Ray Gooden.
Are you seeing a pattern here?
Maybe. So let's take a timeout as well. Hawaii opening up a 4-point advantage. Check out the first Hawaiian Bank top 3 Hawaii single-season service aces. Kim Willoughby, number 1 and number 2. 76 aces in 2002.
A lot of service aces.
Hawaii on the attack. Outside, Granado. Two-handed in the air by Brereton. Backside goes to Kroggy through the double block. Iosia got that dig. So Kahakai sets up Granado a little tight to the net. So she sends it long.
Granado just trying to find some hands on that play. Set a little inside for her, but did not find any hands that time.
So here is Taylor Kroggy again to serve. Considered the wild card by Ray Gooden. Says she's due to break out this season. Here's Granado from the opposite position. Goes off the hands and down.
Granado doing a nice job again, tooling the block from that right front. We don't see her very often on that side. Iosia having lots of trust in her, going back to her twice on that one play.
Granado, always the intense look, gnawing on that gum. Outside it goes to Kelly. Two-handed in the air by Iosia. So Kahakai sets up Taylor from off the net. How about the English she was able to put on that? It was like a massage shot from Nikki Taylor.
Nikki Taylor knowing that that is a very, very difficult place to defend. Most defenders in a little bit more shallow because she usually hits the ball a lot harder.
So 18 serving 13. Remember, Hawaii trailed by as many as 4 in this set. Kelly gets it by the double block. Mary Grace Kelly, who missed 13 matches last season with an injury, coming off of a career-high 23 kills against North Dakota State on Saturday. Northern Illinois going 3-0 in the North Dakota State Classic last week. Back row set, Granado. That one dug up by Kroggy, hits the scoreboard, and a free ball coming here for Hawaii. Iosia, backside to Taylor. And she's got 14 kills, Lisa.
And Taylor, again, doing what she does best from that right side, terminating. When you need a terminator, go to Nikki Taylor. And the hardest part about it is that she's so hard to stop. She's 6'4" and very physical, very experienced.
With a wide array of shots, hitting .407 here tonight. And this is going to be a point for Hawaii as that one was above the tape when Chandler Kinley, the setter, tried to take care of it. And a timeout signaled by Ray Gooden.
Interesting. Chandler Kinley was not a setter before. She was mostly used as a utility role player, and she's been thrown into being a setter this year in a 6'2" position with the freshman Sam Bowie.
Yeah, remember both of them trying to basically team up in replacing last year's MAC Setter of the Year in Alexis Pookie Gonzalez.
And they're co-captains as well. When they're on the court, they are the, according to the coach, Ray Gooden, he says they've got to lead our team. They've got to be the quarterbacks.
For the latest information on UH Athletics, go to hawaiiathletics.com for UH news, tickets, videos, and more. Also visit UH's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube sites to follow your favorite teams and get current fan promotions.
And Hawaii doing a nice job offensively, hitting at 279 right now.
In this set, Hawaii hitting 276 compared to .042 for the Huskies. Remember, Northern Illinois, they started off hot here in the second set and seemingly had a little early control, had Hawaii sort of on the ropes, if you will. The Rainbow Wahine showing a little grit here as they've been able to turn this set around and closing in just 5 points away from going up 2-0.
And a huge front row for Hawaii with Maglio, Calais Greeley, and Nikki Taylor up there. You got the 6'2 plus crew.
And Savannah Kahakai will serve. Oh, a good serve, diving pass by Brereton. Bump set goes to Kelly. She has to dink it over. Chance here for Hawaii. Iosia, pipe set to Granado. Could she find that end line? No. Unable to curl it in. And it's a point for the Huskies.
Granado had 3 blockers on her. It was an excellent set selection coming out of the back row.
So Sam Bover, 5'7" freshman from Gilbert, Arizona. Lettered only twice on the varsity level in high school in volleyball. Digs up Taylor's swing there. Taylor a second time. No digging that one up for Bover. Point Hawaii, they're up 6 again.
And Bover was one of those early graduates. She graduated high school early and went to college and started in January of 2016. So she's actually been with the team through spring ball.
And an ace dealt out of the deck by Nikki Taylor. Her second service ace of the night, her 12th in 2016.
And again, Nikki Taylor playing a lot of sand volleyball as well. Loves that jump serve, goes back there and puts a lot of pressure on the opposing team.
Oh man, that one was filthy. So was that one.
We'd have to say a hana-ho on that one, right?
The ace 2 times for Nikki Taylor.
Very good in trying to slow it down a little bit with the substitution.
Brings Malia Gable back onto the floor. 23 serving 15. Set goes to Kelly in the middle over a triple block. Taylor with the dig. Greeley the swing from the outside pin, and she puts it down. Calais Greeley, who has been relegated to basically a defensive specialist this year. She continues her road to recovery back from shoulder surgery, gets just her 9th kill of the season right there, and it's aloha ball for Hawaii in the second. Oh, off the tape played by Wolowitz. And a free chance here for Hawaii. Overpass, though. Wolowitz with the swing. Greeley plays it off the ricochet. Taylor on the second contact. And then it's set over and down by Iosia. That was pretty crazy. A lot of improvisation, a lot of ad-libbing. But Hawaii gets the point. After trailing by 4 in that second set, they end up winning by 10. Go figure. The Rainbow Wahine heading back to the locker rooms. And guess what? They'll be opening up the broom closet. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the McDonald's match statistics. Lisa.
Well, it obviously jumps out. Plain and simple kills way ahead on Hawaii's side. The attempts pretty even. The errors, Hawaii, more errors, but the percentages is really where it's at. Blocks, the Huskies out blocking by 1. Again, we'd all like to see the blocking have more numbers. Digs, Hawaii up on. And the service aces, so not too many numbers jumping out except for the kill percentage. I think Hawaii's offense has really been key tonight. They've had some really nice offense. Again, Nikki Taylor leading the way. Like to see the outside hitters have more of an effect as far as kills from the outside.
Story of set 2 was that turnaround. Hawaii trailed 9-5 and then finished set 2 on a 20-6 run. How did they sort of turn things around to once again grab a firm grip on this match?
Well, I think their serving just put the Huskies into some trouble, as well as their blocking, and the momentum just kept on their side. So serving and the blocking really was their comeback in that match.
Well, we were anticipating perhaps a different rotation out there to start this third set for Hawaii, but Noreen Yosia is out there at the setter position, as she was in the first 2 sets. Casey Castillo in the front row, as she was in the first 2 sets as well.
And this is the exact same starting lineup as he went with in game 1 and 2, I believe. So, you know, these Huskies are not just going to go away. They are going to take this opportunity. They struggled in game 2. They let their foot off the gas there. But I expect this game to be a dogfight right now here in game 3.
So Chandler Kinley will serve. start set number 3. Yosia goes D-set to Taylor, had to readjust the feet. Chance now for the Huskies. Off of 1 foot goes Zielinski, but she sends it long, no touch. And Hawaii strikes first.
Zielinski having the opportunity with only 1 blocker out there hitting long.
It doesn't matter where she's hitting from. She goes off with the 1 foot. She's the 1 foot launcher. Yosia forces the overpass, then goes outside to Granado. Through that block and down, and a good start here for the Rainbow Wahine in set 3.
And Yosia doing a nice job. And again, one of her strengths is her jump serve from that back line.
Such a threat from the service line. Good pass there, though, for the Huskies. Middle set goes to Jenna Radke, and she pounds it home. Radke again hitting .416 on the season. And that kill puts her up at 500 for the night, but just 3 kills on 6 swings.
Yeah, not having the most offensive night, seeing how she was the Mid-American Conference Offensive Player of the Week last week.
One-hand set by Yosia to Castillo, and a net violation called against the sophomore from Oceanside, California.
Is that a little tight there? Castillo getting caught up in the net.
So we're even at 2 apiece. Granado somehow got it over. Middle set, Radke dug up by Greeley. Outside, here's Taylor, double block up. It doesn't matter.
And what a great scramble. Greeley really, truly never giving up on that ball. She was going to run through Kaha Kai on that play, and she almost did.
Yeah, that was pretty sensational just to keep the sequence alive, and Nikki Taylor able to put the punctuation on it. Granado now serving. A great second touch effort by Kinley to keep this sequence alive. Granado from the back row. Got that in line.
And you know, when she gets in system, she's just really smooth. She just gets very confident. And the effort on Illinois' side defensively, amazing.
4 serving 2. Granado tickles the tape. Another scramble play, but an excuse-me touch over by Radke results in a point for Northern Illinois. Nobody for Hawaii saw that one coming.
Well, those are those broken plays that really kind of throw you off. They're out of system, if you will, and it's just a bettering the ball by Jenna Radke.
Radke will serve. Didn't start playing volleyball until she was a sophomore in high school. Turned into a pretty darn good one. Here's Taylor over the double block. Was there a touch? No touch.
Nikki Taylor, 33 attempts so far this evening, swinging on a lot of balls.
Radke that time into the net it goes. So Hawaii jumps up thanks to the freebie. 5-4 here in the third. This is night 2 of the Outrigger Resorts Volleyball Challenge. 6th-ranked Washington, by the way, took care of business against Utah Valley earlier in the evening, winning in 3. As Emily Maglio goes solo style on the roof.
Maglio just read that like a book. She stayed committed right there in the middle with a solo block on Wolowitz.
We've had a couple of solos here tonight. 4th block overall, 6 serving 4. Taylor blocks that one back. Wolowitz sets up Zielinski, who hits it into the net.
Zielinski really struggling tonight, hitting in negatives now.
Again, Northern Illinois facing a tough proposition tomorrow. They'll play 2 matches. Utah Valley followed up by 6th-ranked Washington. As the roof was up for Hawaii, Taylor and Mags. That's about as formidable a block that Hawaii has to offer.
That's a huge block. Taylor's posting that block.
Timeout, Northern Illinois. Hawaii up. Welcome back. Hawaii up 2-0, up 8-4 in the third, hitting 167 in this third set, Lisa. Northern Illinois struggling.
Well, they're really struggling offensively, hitting negative 429. They've got to figure out a way to hit around Hawaii's block or get a ball to fall down.
Nikki Taylor leading the way for Hawaii with 16 kills, and Savannah Kahakai able to roll that one off of a table for the ace.
The jump float dropping into the big, huge puka. Let's see if she goes for the short ball again.
Forces a pass tight to the net. There's going to be a Hawaii point. Double contact called against Northern Illinois, so the Rainbow Wahine kicking it into gear here in the early part of this third set.
And Hawaii really serving tough, very strategic in their serves, getting the Huskies into trouble on serve receive.
Seemed to be how they turned things around in set two, right?
Absolutely. They just started serving really tough and posting big blocks.
Step out. That's Zielinski, dug up by Kahakai. Middle set goes to Maglio, and that wasn't exactly a pounding that she put on that set. She sort of placed it in the right spot on the floor.
Yeah, the timing of it wasn't great for her, and she was a little early to the ball. That's her 6th kill in 12 swings. Getting more and more experienced in the middle.
Maglio, who went for 10 kills on 13 attempts, no errors, hit 769 last night versus Utah Valley.
Her percentages for a middle blocker are very high.
Outside it goes to Kelly. She's able to tool the block.
Mary Grace Kelly, it sounds like Sophia. It just sounds like a Hollywood name.
Sure.
Doesn't it?
Yes, Mary Grace Kelly, like a starlet from the 1940s.
She's their kill leader, or has been their kill leader.
5 serving 11. Pass Kahakai. You'll see a bump sets Greeley. And Calais Greeley starting to get back into the swing of things, literally.
Calais Greeley came out between games 2 and 3 early and was playing pepper with Emily Maglio. Here we see a quick replay of a great swing, finding the seam in the block, the big hole in the block.
Second kill tonight for Greeley. That transpiring because Kirsten Sibley struggling a little bit. Only 5 attempts, though, but no kills. And so Dave Shoji allowing Greeley to go through the front row a few times in that second set. And for her, a lot of that recovery from the shoulder surgery is just confidence, right? The mentality of recovering from significant surgery or significant injury.
Definitely. And, you know, if you can just work her in slowly, get her time on the court, which he's been doing. She's been playing backcourt all season so far.
Here we have a substitution. It'll be Taylor Higgins coming in to serve for Greeley. So we got 2 setters on the floor here in this rotation for the Rainbow Wahine.
And Taylor Higgins has a great jump serve.
Sends it long.
But you got to remember, she's been sitting for 2.5 matches right now, so to come in a little bit cold, two sets, excuse me, it can be a little bit hard.
Not to mention, you botchied her just a little bit there.
I kind of did. Okay, I won't do that again.
Here's the serve by Brereton. Granado. Tough first contact, but the bump set from Greeley to Taylor, and she sends it wide. So a point for Northern Illinois and some self-inflicted wounds on the last 2 points for the Rainbow Wahine.
Well, some unforced errors, absolutely. If they get out of system, they've just got to try to keep the ball in play. Priority, again, is back to the keys for the match. They've got to pass first.
Brereton floats it over, diving past Kahakai. Yosia goes to Granado, but they're going to call Yosia for the mishit. I'll say it was mishandled on that second contact, and so Northern Illinois on a little bit of a spurt here. 3-0 run, back to within 4, and Brereton, a starter since her freshman year, now a junior, had 38 digs in one set last year with the serve. Step out, Maglio, blocked and roofed. A 4-0 run for the Huskies, and looky here, they're back within 3.
And all of this starting by the serving of Brereton from the back line, serving real tough. And a great block, again, tying up the blockings at 6 per team. Excuse me, 7 per team.
Biggest lead for Hawaii here in the third was 7. It's down to 3. Here's Granado, the dink snipped out by Croggy. But a net violation called against Northern Illinois, so a point for Hawaii. And that puts an end to that run, but the Huskies showing signs of life here, even though they're down 2 sets to none. The serve by Maglio. set goes middle to Radke. Blocked and roofed by Casey Castillo.
And Casey Castillo doing a nice job staying with her hitter. It wasn't a great pass, but she moved out with her hitter, taking her down for yet another block.
Castillo, who compares playing in the Stan Sheriff Center atmosphere to the San Diego Chargers games that she attended throughout her youth. It can be pretty vibrant out here, that's for sure. Another point for Hawaii. Casey Castillo has played well here in the last couple of weekends.
And let's remember that she was not a natural middle blocker. She's had to move into that position due to the injury of Annie Mitchell.
It's like she knows we're talking about it.
Just getting better and better.
The timeout taken by Ray Gooden. The mighty Casey strikes again. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. Lisa.
So here on a very nice long rally, the first play contact comes up by Calais Greeley here. And Iosia, Nikki Taylor slams it, and Iosia sees it on one, and she just pushes it over. Incredible instincts into the far deep corner. And the thought is, why play three if I can play one and get a side out?
Good court awareness there by Noreen Iosia. As Jenna Radke pounds it to the Terraflex. Hawaii, the block has gone through a bit of a revival here tonight. 9 total team blocks for the Rainbow Wahine versus 7 for Northern Illinois. By the way, the 9 right on the number for Chelsea Harden. In game on, she and Ryan Tsuji, they predicted how many total blocks Hawaii would have. She went with 9 using some advanced analytics as a UNLV graduate. Ryan Tsuji out of Waikea, just going with his gut feeling. He went with 12, which could still be the number. We'll see. We'll see what trend wins out. Kelly, diving save Kahakai. That was a beauty, and she free balls it over. Advantage Huskies. Outside it goes to Froggy. And another point for Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois playing some great defense, as well as Savannah Kahakai in the backcourt. Remember, she's moved into middle back this year, and her numbers have just went through the ceiling as far as defense, having to play a doubles game there.
Served by Kinley. Bump set goes outside to Granado, and she's able to plug it through that double block and down.
Granado again getting the set that she likes a little bit off the net. She sees the hands. She can see the whole court very well.
Rainbow Wahine will have the day off tomorrow. Of course, the UH football team will take center stage with their home opener against UT Martin. Overpass forced by the Iosia serve, and Castillo able to put it down, but it's going to be a violation against Northern Illinois anyway. So a point for the Rainbow Wahine, and they're up 7.
And again, a very aggressive serve from the back line.
7-point margin matches their largest lead of this third set. Good serve by Iosia. Middle set, though, and a diving save by Granado on the dink by Radke. Kahakai slaps it over. Radke again in the middle, and this time it will not be returned.
Radke hitting that three a little bit further away from the setter there with a really good connection for her 5th kill on the evening.
I like the fight from these Huskies.
They have a lot of fight in them.
Here's Taylor on the outside. The block was late, and she made them pay. 17 kills now for Nikki Taylor, hitting well over 300.
And again, Nikki Taylor from that left side in this one rotation. She does very well. It's almost like you don't think they're going to set her because she's out there a little bit hiding. You're so used to seeing her on the right.
Emma Smith now coming in to serve.
Emma Smith got some playing time as well last night, and I thought did an excellent job in the backcourt.
Outside, this is Kelly. And she put a little extra mustard on that swing. So Northern Illinois, again, facing a ranked opponent for the first time this season. They were 0-3 last year versus top 25 teams. And they'll face another one tomorrow in number 6, Washington, who got the sweep victory over Utah Valley earlier this evening. Pass by Smith. Iosia goes backside to Taylor. Right down the alleyway.
And it's interesting that the Huskies went right after Smith, knowing that she was the new girl on the court. They went right after her for, hoping to get them into passing trouble. And she nailed it. She passed nails.
So 18 kills now for Taylor. The only player from either team currently in double digits in that category, hitting 351. Kahakai serves, 21 serving 14. Set goes middle, Maglio with the roof. Another solo job by Emily Maglio.
She's definitely on her blocking game this evening. Let's remember last year she was second in the NCAA in blocking.
5 total blocks tonight. 3 of those by our count solo. And Hawaii up 8, largest lead of this third set. So that's 10 total blocks now for Hawaii. Chelsea Harding predicted 9. Ryan Zuji predicted 12. Does it work like the Price is Right? Do you have to be closest without going over? What are the rules here?
I'm really not sure. They may have established that. You know, you've got to hit it right on, or it's a wash.
Okay, all right. I mean, you should know. You're a regular with that corner crew, so.
Yeah, I would have to say, well, it's a wash, no pun intended. Remember, they were supposed to wash each other's bar.
That's right. High stakes.
Looks like you guys are going to have to do the drive-through.
15 serving 22. You'll see it goes middle to Mags. Emily Maglio, another efficient evening. 7 kills on 14 swings. Throw in the handful of blocks. And that ever-present, sarcastic-looking smirk for Emily Maglio.
It's almost like she's a little bit afraid to celebrate, you know? I mean, and she knew it was a little bit of a fluff. The connection wasn't great, but you gotta love that.
McKenna Ross coming into the match for the first time. Had 3 kills on 3 attempts. Gotta like that coming in the third set against Utah Valley last night. Kendra Kelsch also on the floor with the serve. Ross plays off the block, punched over by Maglio. Outside it goes to Kelly over the double block and down. And it's going to be a net violation called against Kelly. Take another look at it.
Challenge. Oh, 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 oh. We have one more challenge.
Maybe on the way down. She got it.
Well, they called the net violation. Ray Gooden has one more challenge left. The crowd is standing in anticipation of Aloha ball.
He's looking for the green card.
But he couldn't find the green card. So Denise Hansen goes over and says, you know what, let's just use this one that's lying right here.
Like, where is it? I need to take my opportunity now.
Hey, you can't take them with you, right?
You can't. And you know what? He only has one left, and it is game point.
So he is challenging the net violation, which is a challengeable call. This should give us a good angle on it.
He's
interesting.
Challenging McKenna Ross's net violation.
And I think he may have something there.
I agree with you.
From the look of that angle. Denise Hansen reverses it. Well, Ray Gooden, first time working with the review challenge system and showing some capabilities there. He's won a couple of challenges already tonight. That was his third and final. So the Stan Sheriff Center crowd will sit for the moment. It is 16 serving 23. The right call ultimately appeared to be made there, but Denise Hansen walking across to say a little something to Dixon Chun. What could this be about?
Well, I actually think that the call may have originally been on the Huskies. They thought that they net, and I think he wants to challenge it. And he's questioning, wait a minute, was it on, she's saying, was it on the opposing team? But he was saying it was on Hawaii.
It looks like they're going to, instead of reversing the call, they're going to replay the point.
And that's where the confusion lies. Both players, it looked like both players net, but the actual net, he was saying my player didn't net.
See, the specifics of the challenge coming into play here, because he challenged whether or not his player, who was called for the net violation, actually touched the net. That was Mary Grace Kelly on the swing. He didn't challenge that it was the Hawaii player, McKenna Ross, who did touch the net. And so, because that was seen by the official, instead of reversing the call, they replay the point. So, semantics for sure, technicalities at play here for sure, but those are the rules with regard to this review challenge system.
And I think that's the best call to be made.
So Kelsch will serve. So all of that, and we basically just do what we just did. Except Kelsch delivers an ace, leaving no doubt regarding the point. And now they rise here at the SSC on Aloha Ball for the match.
Kendra Kelch is loving that. Comes in after sitting for almost 3 sets and serves up an ace.
7 service aces for Hawaii here in this match. Make it 8! Kendra Kelch finishes the deal in back-to-back acing fashion. And the Rainbow Wahine win. Ekahi Lua. Aloha on night 2 of the Outrigger Resorts Volleyball Challenge.
Well, you know, I think the serving was critical tonight for Hawaii. They really put a lot of pressure on the Huskies. They served extremely well. And again, the blocking came too, and it started a little bit slow, but then they just kept picking it up, and they got in a great blocking rhythm.
Well, it wasn't the most polished performance for Hawaii, and give some of that credit certainly to Northern Illinois. The Huskies coming into what can be oftentimes an intimidating atmosphere, and they played tough, no doubt about it. Still, obviously, a lot of edges to be smoothed here for Dave Shoji and his team, but this is now the 5th straight match that has gone just 3 sets. Hawaii now 4-1 in the last 5 matches, improving to 5-3 overall on the season. Scott Robbs has Dave Shoji.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Well, Coach, I know last night, despite the sweep, you weren't real pleased with the way your team played. What were your thoughts on tonight's effort?
Well, I thought we were having fun out there. You know, when they caught up in game 1, we got kind of quiet, but game 2 was fun, game 3, and that's what it's all about. You got to go out there, have fun, go for balls, fly around, and I thought we did that tonight.
We've seen you a number of times this year use 2 setters. You stuck with 1 tonight. What was why was that?
Well, coming off game 3 last night, you know, I thought Noreen had them in a really good rhythm, and Casey came in and got 4 kills, so I thought, hey, let's ride that for a little bit, and it worked tonight. And you know, I'm not sure about tomorrow night, but we played well, and those 2 definitely played well.
All right, tomorrow you have a bye, and then Sunday afternoon you play Washington, a team that's been kind of a nemesis of yours of late. What can we expect from the Huskies?
Well, all you got to do is look at their athletes, and you know we're going to be in tough, but you know, we want to progress as a team. This presents a great challenge for our young club, and we'll just see what happens.
All right. Continue resting that throw, Dave.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
All right, guys, back over to you.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. Mary Grace Kelly went for 9 kills, hitting .333, pair of blocks, pair of digs. We're going to give the nod here tonight to Casey Castillo, who just seems to be getting a little bit better each and every time she steps out onto the floor. Of course, transitioning to the middle position from the outside hitter spot. That's where she remained for most of training camp, but you saw the numbers for Casey Castillo. How would you summarize this performance? Hawaii, again, it wasn't the cleanest and most efficient performance, and yet they win sets 2 and 3, 25-15 in each.
Well, I like the energy. I mean, the group that was on the court, they seemed to have a really good energy. And like Coach Shoji just said in that post-game interview, they just seemed to mesh well, and they were having fun. Yes, there were little blurps and places where they didn't pass well or they got used. Unbroken plays, unforced errors, things like that. That's going to happen. We got to remember this is still preseason. And I thought, though, overall, it went very well.
Nikki Taylor, the only player in double figures in kills with 18 tonight. And again, Hawaii with the off day tomorrow before an early start time, at least by the usual scheduling standards, a 4 p.m. start time against 6th-ranked Washington. Again, won by way of sweep earlier against Utah Valley. So they're 6-0 coming into this match. How beneficial is the off day for Hawaii?
It's huge. They've been playing 2 weekends in a row. This is the 3rd weekend in a row. They've been going nonstop. I think the break is really important for them to just get some rest, resettle, refocus, sleep in. I think it's just going to be a perfect opportunity for them. They play early on Sunday, so it's not too late in the evening, and a great matchup with the Huskies. They are waiting for this match, believe me.
That's right. A recent history between these 2 programs has Washington representing a bit of a thorn in the side in the postseason for Hawaii. We'll get into that certainly on Sunday. Tomorrow it's about the UH football team taking on UT Martin, and you know this Rainbow Wahine Volleyball team is going to be at Aloha Stadium to support Hawaii in its home home opener, the home debut for head coach Nick Rolovich. Well, that will do it for us. Don't forget about the Heineken post-game show as Scott Robbs, Chelsea Harden, and Ryan Calais-Suji break down what we just saw transpire here at the Stan Sheriff Center. That'll do it for us. We'll see you Sunday, though. For Lisa Strand, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Thanks for watching, everybody. Aloha.